The basketball rivalry between Western Carolina and Davidson's probably not as intense as some of our other rivalries, like with Appalachian State, because it goes back so much further in history, back to the 20s. And even our early years in the Southern Conference, the rivalries with Chattanooga and Marshall much more intense. We didn't join the Southern Conference until 1977, and that's when we started playing Davidson on a regular basis. And there weren't many memorable games in those early years. Over the last 15 years, it's been real interesting. I guess Western Carolina would have the best record of anybody in the Southern Conference at Davidson College, and also in the Southern Conference. Our record against Davidson in the Southern Conference is probably the best of any team in the Southern Conference. Not so with many of the other teams, but Davidson seems to be our whipping boy somewhat in the Southern Conference tournament. Davidson here, by the same token, here in the Ramsey Center, we've had little or no success. So we have not beat them here in 13 years. Got to go back to 2000. I think February of 2000, last time that we defeated Davidson. So they have beaten us like nobody else in the Southern Conference here in the Ramsey Center. We've had some huge upsets in the regular season at Davidson. Go back to 1995. They came in with a 10-game win streak. And really strange, our current assistant coach, Anquel McCullum, was sort of the star of that team along with Frankie King. And Anquel doesn't like for me to tell the story, but I tell it anyway. He missed 13 of his first 16 shots from the floor that night. He was 3 of 16 going into the last minute of the ball game, then hit a three-pointer with 8 seconds to go to win the ball game. Then you go fast forward to 2002, back when Kevin Martin was a star here at Western Carolina, and Davidson came in with a 15-game home court winning streak, and Kevin just almost single-handedly beat them down there. In 2006, Corey Muirhead was the hero. Davidson came in with a 19-game home court winning streak, and Corey Muirhead went off that ball game and had 27, 28 points and led us to a win. And then 3 years ago, with Jake Robinson sort of leading the way along with Brandon Giles, we led from wire to wire over another outstanding Davidson team. We held them to 4 field goals in the first half and actually won that game going away one time, led by over 20 points in that contest. Then you go to the Southern Conference tournaments. 5 times we have sent Davidson home from the Southern Conference, whether it be Asheville or Charleston or Greensboro. I guess the 96 game was the one that sticks out in most people's mind, not only from here at Western Carolina, but also from Davidson. Davidson came in with a 19-game overall win streak. They'd won 25 regular season games, right on the verge of being nationally ranked. Just an overwhelming favorite. No one thought that Western Carolina had a chance. Western had struggled at one time, 3-10 that season, really rallied at mid-season, won like 10 of our last 12 ball games, and actually won the South Division. But Davidson had won the North Division just by going away. Nobody we thought could touch them, and not many people had even come close during the regular season. That was the first year that the tournament was being played in the Greensboro Coliseum. And the Catamounts came in there and beat them by 7, and Davidson was just in shock after that ball game. That was Western's first NCAA tournament. Just an unbelievable atmosphere down there. And then in '99, we eliminated them again in Greensboro, sent them home, a big upset in the quarterfinals. Last year, of course, that's the one everybody remembers. Everyone's fresh on everyone's mind. Tournament returning to the Asheville Civic Center after a 16-year hiatus. Davidson, again, the overwhelming favorite in that tournament. It was an electric crowd for that championship game, over 6,000 people, a lot of Western Carolina students coming back off of spring break. It was just a wonderful atmosphere. The Catamounts jumped out after winning 3 straight games, trying to become the first team to ever win 4 games in the Southern Conference tournament since 1939. Cats jumped out to a 12-point lead. Then they fell behind in the second half, and everybody says, well, this is sort of what we expected. Davidson went up by 13 points with, I think it was about 2:47 to play in the ball game. Cats went on a 17-4 run, put the game into overtime. We played 2 overtimes. Keaton Cole missed with about 3 ticks left on the clock, missed that little short jump shot that would have won the game for the Catamounts. And you could just see up to that point the Davidson fans saying, no, not again. It's not going to happen to us again, not Western Carolina. It was really an instant classic and just another chapter in that dramatic series, tournament series between Western Carolina and the Davidson Wildcats. Here we're ready Thursday night to end that streak. Like I say, that goes back to 2000 since the last time we beat Davidson. And it's setting up, with that rematch, it's setting up to be something special.